Hey YouTubers, I'm here with part 2 of my last video. Um, I had to split it in 2 parts because, the YouTube limit is 15 minutes. And I'm sorry I rant so much, it's just that I wanted to let you guys have a personal look of my past before I let you into my dating history. But now I'm going back to where I left off. My second girlfriend, which was also my third relationship. You know, I mean, I'm not gonna get people wrong here. She is a great person now. I love her to death. She's awesome. I'd be there for her whenever she needed me. But back when I dated her, she definitely could have been a better person. She was a heartbreaker, to say the least. But when I dated her, she used to have a house she babysitted at. And she was allowed to have people over while she babysat so she wouldn't be bored. I'm gonna try not to cry here because it was something that traumatized me, but there was a guest bedroom in that house. She would always bring me upstairs and she'd always slide her hand down into my pants. She never asked me once if it was what I wanted. If it was something I wanted. She never asked me if I was ready. She never asked. And people out there may say you don't have to ask, but the point is that when you want to sexually experiment with someone for the first time who is a virgin, even if you're not, you need to ask them if it's okay, because you could be pressuring them. Hell, you might even, in some sort of sense, be raping them. But I didn't feel raped. That's not what I'm saying. I know people who have been raped, and it's a sad thing. But she would always slide her hand into my pants and do things with me, and she never asked me if I was okay with it. And honestly, I felt pressured because, I mean, I always went home and told myself, well, it's okay because she loves me. And, you know, honestly, it doesn't matter. Even if a person does love you, that should give them more reason to ask you if you're okay with what they're doing. So, I was young, you know, I was 14. So, to have someone wanting to do things with me, I wasn't experienced enough to know how to say no. And that gives people more reason to ask, because some people don't know how to say no to their partner. And one day, this is going to be hard for me to talk about. One day she had a birthday party because it was going to be her birthday, and she had a lot of her friends over, and we were all hanging upstairs in her bedroom, and she basically said to me, I want my birthday gift. And I said, I already gave you my gift. And she goes, no, that's not what I meant. And then I figured it out, and it always was the thing where she was doing things to me. I've never done anything to someone before. So in an essence, I didn't really know how to. I was young, you know, and I definitely wasn't wanting to do things with anyone yet. So when she asked me to do something, I got nervous, and I kind of panicked a little bit. And I told her I didn't want to. For the first time, I told her no. For the first time, I told her I didn't want to do something. But she kept on pressuring me, But it's my birthday. You should give me my present. But it's my birthday. Don't you love me? And after a while, I got pressured, and I said, well, fine. If your friends can leave the room, I will. She said, nope. You have to do it with my friends in the room. And then her friends started pressuring me. They said I must have been some scared little virgin. It traumatized me for the rest of my life. I mean, I know I'm still young right now, but honestly, I will think about it for the rest of my life. And not even in the way where I'm still extremely hurt by it, but just for the fact that I need to not feel pressured in a relationship anymore. I'm traumatized by it. Slowly every day I get over it, obviously, but... So, I guess in a way you could say this was sexually abusive relationship. Asexually abusive relationship. What time is it? My friend should be knocking on my window soon. So if I jump again like my double rule video, don't mind me. But, it was horrible because she didn't take off her belt, she didn't unzip her pants, and her belt was really tight that day. So it was hard for me to do what she wanted me to do. We tried doing different positions, but honestly her belt was way too tight for me to even fit my hand in there. So when we all got downstairs and we were all talking, her friends asked me, how was it? And then my girlfriend at the time turned around and said, oh, she can use some work. And me and her tried getting back together a couple of months later. It didn't work out. I guess that was just a rebound sort of thing. Either that or she was afraid to be with me because she didn't want to hurt me again. But, we stopped talking for a few years. We just started talking again a couple of months ago. I told her how I felt. I told her I felt used by her. She apologized to me, saying she's older now, she's a better person. She feels like a rapist for what she did to me. And sadly enough, she doesn't even remember what she did to me. But the point was, she said, if I really acted like that, that was awful, and I'm sorry. And now me and her are really cool. If she ever needed me, I'd be there for her. I love her. She's awesome. But back when I dated her, she could have used some work in the personality section. But she's a lot better now, so. And then the guy I dated after her, he was a good guy, so I'm not going to get into him. I'm gonna skip all the good and non-abusive relationships and get into the ones I can think about. Oh, well, I guess that means I'm gonna have to skip all the way to my current ex-girlfriend. My current ex-girlfriend was probably the worst relationship I've ever had. And for the saddest thing about it, I used to think it was the best one. I used to think she was the best relationship I ever had with someone. I also thought, you know, the greatest of her. In reality, she was the worst I ever had. There she goes, knocking on my window. I have to go let her in. Hold on 1 minute. Yes, I realize I'm wearing boxers. I never dress the bottom half of me when I make a video, so don't pay attention to that. But anyway, I have less than 5 minutes to explain my current ex-girlfriend. So I'm just gonna go with it. My current ex-girlfriend was very abusive emotionally, mentally, and near the end of our relationship, she was physically abusive. Now, in the beginning, we fought a lot. We pretty much fought every day, but we thought it was the thing where these fights we had would make us stronger. But in reality, they made us worse. By the time me and her hit 6 months, me and her were fighting horribly every single day. And it was because she was constantly playing with my head. I mean, she was very verbally and emotionally abusive. She liked to toy with me a lot. She wanted to test how far I can go before it cracked. She was the type of girl who is like, you're the man of the relationship. Go do this. Go do that. But in reality, whenever I asked her to do those things back for me, oh, I'm too lazy. Oh, I don't want to. And she pushed me and pushed me and pushed me and pushed me. And it started to become a thing where she'd call me names and things like that. Like, why do you have to be so stupid? Just do it. Why do you have to be such a baby? Stop crying. She was very verbally and emotionally abusive. And she broke up with me 3 times. She's threatened me with restraining orders whenever me and her had a big fight. She always used her dad against me because her dad didn't like me very much. He thought I was influencing her daughter to be gay and things as such. So, every single time me and her had a huge problem, she'd always break down and cry and sort of pressure me in a way where she always made me feel like I was the one who was wrong. And in reality, I just wanted reasonable things. I wanted her to do things for me like I always did for her. But it didn't work out that way. And she would always threaten to get a restraining order against me whenever we had a huge problem. She'd always threaten to call her dad to take her home. It was really bad. And it eventually got to the point where, at the end of our relationship, not even actually, now that I think about it, you know how I said around 6 months we hit our real huge problems? Well, that was also around the time where she started getting a little too emotional. Like, for example, if I ran after her to fight for her, she would physically grab me and push me away. If I didn't want her to leave and I stood in front of the door and asked her, can we talk about it, she would grab me really hard and push me out of the way of the door. And sometimes I got bruises from it, sometimes I got hit up against the wall. So every single time we got into a fight, she would physically grab me and push me. And I didn't think that was abuse. I didn't think getting pushed was abuse, but it actually can be considered abuse. And then after a while, it started to get worse. Near the end of our relationship, she threw a skateboard at my face. And I'm going to show you guys this skateboard. And you're going to tell me what you think about that. That skateboard is about 4 to 5 feet tall. It's a really big skateboard. One day we got into a fight and she threw it at my face. The part with the wheels and the metal, may I remind you.